guys, what's going on? So today is an exciting day. I am on my way to go pick up my 4-post lift. Yeah, so excited. I've never done this before. I'm going to go to some freight company down in Fontana, California to go pick it up. I have a 12-foot trailer from U-Haul, and I'm hoping that's going to do the job. They're going to load it for me on a forklift, and I'll bring it home. And let's see if we can get it off piece by piece. Last night we got some snow. I'm gonna go home past. A lot of it's melted off, but yeah, it was pretty. Look at all the clouds. The Cajon Pass is beautiful. It really is. About 10 more minutes till I get there. It's raining down here. Yeah, that was embarrassing. That took me like 20 minutes to back it up. Much respect to the truck drivers who are good at that. That was a pain about to get on. It was a pain in the ass to back up in this, but now it's time to go home. I got it strapped. Let's do this.
You know, a lot of girls.
I just saw a stupid going down that shoulder there, and it appears his dumbass got in an accident. Out that motherfucker got his head crushed in, and everybody else is fine. People like that. Hell yeah. Made it home safely. Damn, it's a bad looking truck, huh? Just dope. Got the lift here. Now, I have to go ahead and get the 2 cars from there to there. Man, I wish I had learned of these magical moves. Saves me a lot of time and work. So, if I didn't own a truck and I just wanted to stash cars in here without a lift, I guarantee I can fit 2 more cars right here. So if I didn't own a truck and with the lift, I can have 5 cars in this garage probably on a 3-car. Whoa. Imagine 3 4-posts and have 6 cars in here. Damn. All right. Let's start getting them packed. I get to use my new Benchmade. Okay, got most of the plastic on the outside off and cardboard. Take off the straps. Gonna start taking off the stuff on the inside before trying to move the runways. The runways are going to be the heavy one, especially the one with the pump or the hydraulic arm. So far I don't see like hardware rolling around, which is an issue. I see a caster mover right there. I see wheels, so I think we're good on that. It does include the casters to move this around. Yay, yay, motherfucker, yay, yay. Hell yeah, and the guy did tell me it does include aluminum ramps. Some of the older ones were steel. Most companies, that's extra. Most companies, the ramps are extra and the casters are extra. By like at least $700 extra for just those 2 accessories. It was included on this thing. I'll tell you in a bit what I paid for it. But the prices jumped up a lot this past week. So do not expect the same price. I got so lucky on this. Hydraulic pump is out there. Some of the casters and hardware is out. Oh shit, I'm tired. The heavy stuff is not even out. It's just like a puzzle. It's kind of a challenge to get it out, but whew, I need to have this turned in tomorrow so I don't get charged again. Let's keep going. Can I get to the fridge or not? Nope. Guess not. Gotta live around this dog. Huh, baby? Oh, baby. You tired? Okay. So I got a lot of the components in. Wasn't super bad. They're still heavy. They're very heavy, actually. You gotta watch your back. Watch your back. And I think the lock stuff goes on the outsides. I'll verify that later because I don't want to be one of those people that start to assemble it and then you got to undo it. So I'll verify that later, but I'm pretty sure that's the case because these rods go on the outer side and the locks are on this side. So now for the real hard part, in my opinion, and the most dangerous part is removing the runways. And they put the heavy runway on top. See how that one doesn't have the hydraulic rod? This one does. So it's very heavy. I'm debating on unbolting the bottom and then getting that out of the way, and then carefully inverting this and then unbolting it, or just unbolting the top first. Yeah, I gotta think about this for a second. Okay, so I'm at a stage right now that's very critical, very dangerous, and going against all safety rules that I've ever been taught. But we're gonna get this thing done, well, off the truck today, so I can return this trailer tomorrow. But let me tell you what I'm doing, my little safety measures. So I got the nuts unscrewed off the ends. There, and that's completely off. The bottom's completely off, everything on the floor, but it won't slide out because it's still kind of trapped by that. And honestly, right now sticking my hand in there was a very dumb idea because all the hardware's out. If I climb in there and start messing with things, I can pop him out of where it's sitting and completely fall on my foot, and at the very least, if I'm lucky, break toes. So waiting for a buddy to come over. I got a super heavy, this is like some rig stuff here. I mean, this is some heavy strap that I got to kind of help catch it, and I have my jack right there with a piece of wood going across. So when he gets here, we're gonna slide this out. All I gotta do, if I kick this comes off that, and that is all right. And the idea is I should balance it, and then another back up to the backup, that strap over there. So we're gonna get this out. We're gonna, while he's balancing that, I'm then gonna go to the other side, and we're gonna slowly and carefully lift it to the garage floor. Once we do that, the bottom will be easy. The top one is the one you really need to be careful with. But I think this thing's gonna get unloaded tonight, and things are pretty much staged. So hopefully tomorrow it'll be put together. My back is killing me, but yes, I love these ramps. Aluminum. Look at that. Super light. Casters. So I can move it. Normally that's an extra option. And what's also normally an extra option is, I have no idea where it's at. But the heavy jack tray that goes between the runways, it's like a heavy jack tray, so you can actually jack up your car and put it on jacks so you can actually work on it. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, it's right here. Under that. Everything is off the trailer. So now, time to assemble. I will save that for tomorrow, hopefully. No rush, but hopefully tomorrow. Trailer's empty, so I can deliver that now. I'll worry about taking out my straps tomorrow. I'm a little tired now. I want to give lots of thanks to my neighbor and my friend Michael. He was a lot of help. So thanks a lot, man. Now time to go inside and take some Tylenol. Good morning. It is the next day. Yeah, so do you ever have those days where you go to bed and you're like, you know what? I want to go do something real quick. Just one little thing. Whether it's working on a car, putting on a lift, whatever. and then you just kind of keep going for a little bit. Yep, that's what happened to me. I woke up and I was like, you know what? Let me get these cross members or whatever. Things go to side to side. Slid on, and I was like, you know what? I can lift it up by myself, and I was able to. What you want to do is you want to slide them on all the way down. So when you're lifting, you're not lifting up all that weight. It's easier to tip it up, and then once you do that, you just grab it from the middle and lift up, and it'll go up and lock. Take it to the first lock. So right now I have to do a couple of things, personal things, but I'm gonna be coming back to start with one of the runways. If the video looks mirrored, it's because I'm using my phone selfie camera, and that kind of inverts the video. So I'm going to start with the light runway, the one without the hydraulic pump. And I want to get that on there, and I want to get it bolted on. That'll kind of secure this from falling over. It'll kind of start holding shape. And then that'll be in preparation for the other runway with the hydraulic pump, which I will need a second hand for. So I like to do as much as I can by myself before requiring the assistance of somebody else. But yeah, I did smash my finger yesterday. Luckily, it is not black, but I did smash it. So that was fun. At least I didn't cut it off this time. Yes, I've cut off a fingertip before. Okay, got it kind of on, little by little. Take breaks, take my time. Because really, as intimidating as it looks, putting a 4-post lift is not complicated, or it doesn't seem complicated. Just a bunch of heavy stuff. Okay, so I got that runway up. Don't do this by yourself. Don't be like me. So, quick tip that I just realized right now, kind of just thinking about it and counting the number of bolts. This side's going to be a side with the ramp. That side's not. That side's going to take this right here, which is a stop. Ovi, quiet. So that's just a stop. Thin, flat piece of metal. The side with where you're going to slide the ramps on has a lip. So you got that spacer. So you need an extra bolt on this side than you will need on that side. So I was wondering, I'll need 8 bolts to put the runways on. But I only have 4 of those big ones. I got 2 left there. And I was like, what the hell? Ovi! My dog. So you're gonna use the 4 bolts basically on the side with the ramp. That's what I'm saying. And the rest on the other side. So I got this one almost on. I gotta put some hardware on that one, and then this will be safe. Time for a coffee break. I am super excited to get this lift finished, but I need to slow down a little bit because it's mostly just me. I do have the help of a neighbor and a friend for some of the heavy stuff. Obviously, I did the runway myself, but the real heavy runway, I want to need his help. So I want to take a break. I want to get ready to return that trailer soon, and I have to do a couple of personal things. So I'm just gonna take a little chill. So on this side, I got this plate so I can drop the ramp on there. So it's got the spacer, so it uses longer bolts. On this side, it only has a stop. Uses the second to longest bolts. So this is bolted on, but not torqued down. I'm going to wait until both ramps are on before I torque everything down. I have this side on a jack stand. I'm sorry, on the jack, and I went and took out my jack stand from my racing box that I only use out at the track because I don't like using the garage. It's too small, but it's perfect for track. So I can kind of move this into position so when I can have my friend give me a hand, we're not maneuvering it around so much. I'm going to try and resist doing what I do quite a bit, which is say that I'm going to prep and I go ahead and do it anyways. So this is where I'm at. Oh gosh. I will be a horrible QA guy, like safety guy, because, well, you can do this safely, kind of, if you take your time and think ahead of what can happen if you do a certain move. I've been at it for over an hour with this one ramp, and I'm almost there. I'm not done yet, so I'm not out of the woodwork, but here we go. I have little by little been lifting up, just up, little to the left, just very carefully thinking if I jack one more time, will it shift the weight and make it fall over or any of that stuff. I'm almost there. All I have to do is slide that lip over. When I do that, this will drop down. So what I need to do, I need to make sure it's square, so when it drops down, it actually drops down on the complete lip. So like I said, you got to think ahead of your moves. So you can see it's not squared yet, so I'm going to get it squared before I slide it over. And when I slide that over, that should pop down. Also, do not reach, put your hand under. If you have to go across to move a cable over, stand up, go around, and use a piece of wood or something. Do not anticipate it falling. Do not be under it. Get ready to roll away very fast, because this ramp, if it lands on you in the right spot, it will be fatal. So be very careful. Okay, dropped it in place. Scared the hell out of me. I had it squared, and I knew that when it dropped, it was going to drop just right. But it's still scary as hell. So now I'm just going to line up the holes, get it bolted down, and the dangerous parts are done. Woo! I can see why installers charge, $800, $1,000 to put this together. It sucks. Well, if you have 4 people, you'll knock it down like that, super safe. By yourself, yeah, not safe. Hola, vatos. So I just came from Lowe's to get some hardware for the caps. There was only 4 included, and I needed 3, 6, 12. 12 of them. So I got only had 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I got 8. So I'm good on that. That was $6 that I shouldn't have spent. But I want to make sure that I got plenty of bolts there. I went and picked up some hydraulic fluid. I got a 5-gallon for $40. I'm only gonna need 3, but it's a lot cheaper to buy a 5-gallon bucket than 3 single gallons. So this is my dog slobber mixed with some dirt. So wife got off work, she's home, so I want to enjoy the rest of the day with her. I can do this tomorrow. The rest of this stuff is going to be easy. I got to route the cables, install the caps, the rods and get the locks situated, mount the pump, the hydraulic line, and then I should be able to operate it. It does say I need a 30 amp breaker, and I don't have a 30 amp breaker. I should be able to bleed it or lift it without a car and bring it down without a 30 amp breaker. Once I do that and everything's good, I'm going to position it, and I'm going to call my electrician to come and set up a breaker. Either that or maybe have my stepdad come over and help me out. But he's kind of far, so I may just hire an electrician. So I ran the cables, kind of ignore the instructions, just use common sense. If it looks like it's going to go that way, that's where it goes. You won't have this much slack to begin with. They'll all stop around here. You know you got it to the right post if they all stop in the same distance. Then use a ratchet strap in the bottom. You can use air, but then you gotta mess with the fitting and find the fitting and turn the compressor. I got a ratchet strap strapped to that, and I'm just kind of pulling. Every few inches I stop and I pull the slack. So I'm gonna keep doing that. until the rod is extended and I can connect it. This is where they're gonna slide through, right here. It's done. I skipped recording a lot of the stuff because, well, it's just me putting this together. I needed to focus. It took me 3 days only because I was putting a little bit each day so I can spend time inside the house, you know, just enjoy my weekend. So it's done. I still have the NSX down here, so it was able to fit my taller cars. So I decided to put the Civic on top and the CRX on the bottom. Check it out. Oh shit, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So the EK is not slammed at all. You can see this gap. You know, it's a track car, so I don't have it slammed. So it's pretty tall compared to like the NSX and even the stock CRX. And the CRX is stock height. I was still able to fit both of them. Pretty tight tolerances. I don't think I would be able to get the NSX on the lift because I got the NSS-8SQ, which is the short runway. That's exactly what I wanted for these cars. You know, I mean, I could get it up there, but it'll be on the edges. I would have to take these off. I will have to take that one off so the lip can hang over. As you can see, I have to take the bumper off to get that over that. So I may later on cut this down just about an inch from the rest of the surface, so I can actually, you know, you can feel it stop if you want to go to the very edge without actually going over. And a 1 inch clearance should give me enough space. It looks like there's plenty of space, but remember, I'm on skates. I mean, that's very tight clearance. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the NSX right there, and we should be good. But yeah. I was tripping breakers when I lifted it up with the load on it. So what I did is I turned off all my shop lights, and then I lifted it up, and that was fine. The shop lights was just enough to throw it over because I got a bunch of them. But yeah, I got the CRX running so the battery can charge. I'll get back to you in a minute. Let me move the NSX over here, and then we'll continue talking about the lift. All right, CRXSI Civic EK was K20 swap, soon K24, K20. I got some updates to tell you about that one. Dirty ass NSX with a compact supercharger. So I still fit my truck in here. 3-car garage, 4 cars in it, including a full-size truck. Yeah. So yeah, this driveway seems so spacious now. Yeah, I'm so super stoked that I got this because, well, just because, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the lift. I hope you can hear me over the leaf blowers and stuff over there. It's Sunday. There's a lot of gardeners around right now. But let's close the garage door. Try to muffle that a little bit. Okay, we're back. Garage doors are closed. So this lift right here was very simple to put together. It's very heavy. But you can do it together. You can put it together by yourself. But it's highly recommended you get at least 2 other people. If you get 3 other people and make it a total of 4, you will have this knocked out in 3 or 4 hours. I promise you. If you watch out for some things, and let me tell you which those things are. First things first, when you lay this thing out, you're going to want to determine where you're going to want your motor. You can have your motor on the driver front side or passenger rear side. Just the way it's designed. That's most 4-post lifts are that way. I wanted mine right there. So you find the post with the bracket. That's where your motor's going to be. You want all your locks on the outside. See how that one's on the outside? So basically that post is what matters where you want your motor. The other two, you'll figure it out. Do you want the post on the outside? So this one goes here. And then the other ones, same thing. I won't go over there, but basically you want the locks facing the outside. Then when you lay out your cross beams here, locks, the one with the rod and stuff, you know, like it's gonna be outside. So don't get this beam and put it on the other side where it's gonna be facing inwards, because then you're gonna be redoing a whole lot of work. And then you're gonna want to determine which runway is which. Don't put this one here if you want your motor there. If you want your motor there, get your runway that has the pump close to it and face it where the hydraulic line is right here on the motor side. You follow those rules, this thing is going to go quick. So when you lay it out, get your posts, determine where your motor is going to be, and then align the other 3 posts with the locks on the outside. Cross beams, see on this one, the locks, the rod, the mechanism is on the outside. Lay it out like that. And then don't put your runaways in the wrong spot, because the runaways are the heaviest things. You get that wrong, you're going to be doing the worst of it twice. They say you can inject air into the hydraulic line to push it out, because to get your slack for the cables, you're going to want to extend the rod. I used a ratchet strap. Do that before you put fluid, because you're not going to be able to do any of that with fluid in the system. What else? What other tip? The caps are going to be pretty self-explanatory, but I'll tell you anyways. If you're putting this together, you probably have some confidence in the ability, but anyways. So the locks are going to be on the outside. Your pulleys run on the inside, and that's where your cables are going to go. So obviously you're going to get your caps where your hole is going to be facing inwards. Refer to the directions every once in a while, but the directions suck. All right, make sure your rod is tight and equal on both sides. So if it's on the lock position, make sure they're all in the lock position, and then tighten up the rod in the middle. It goes through across. It goes from this side with a rod, went across, and that side. Make sure that's tight, because I was having an issue adjusting the cables, and I was unlocking it, but I was only unlocking this side, and then this I was getting jammed up. So when I was adjusting my cables, not only was I dealing with the cables adjustment, it still wasn't working, because it was binding up, because this side wasn't unlocking. So make sure your connection on the rod is super tight. So when you unlock it, they all unlock equally.
Remember, I was just talking about those rods. Give yourself 4 feet on the motor side and at least 7 feet on the other side so you can install those rods. So consider that when putting it together. Remember, give yourself plenty of space. You can use the casters later to reposition your lift to where you want it.
So there you go. I mean, that's my 4-post right there. I'm glad I went with a 4-post and not a 2-post. Just because I'd rather just store them. I don't want to store my car in a 2-post. I don't want to drill into the floor. So this is gonna basically just wrap up this video. I hope you like it. You know, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it on eBay. If you want my contact and see if you can get a deal, you know, go for it. But for a sub $3,000 to your door, basically, system, you can't beat this. You can't beat this. So I hope you like it. Like the video. They didn't go very detailed on the video, So if you have questions, please put them in the comments below. There's plenty of videos on it, and everybody thinks that they're doing a great job on it. I don't think I'm doing a great job on this. I know that because I didn't have the help. But I am more than willing to send you pictures through email or messenger or whatever. Answer your questions. Take your time, but do me a favor. Be very careful. And do not have your hands, your legs, or yourself under any of these heavy stuff. Luckily, all that happened to me was smash my finger, and I put ice on it right away, and it didn't get black. So, see you guys later. Thank you. Tell me what you think. Later.